welcome back. We can do another computer one, get this done a little farther. By now you should have just about everything you need. Alright, but we'll just get these last pieces of the motherboard done, hopefully, or at least some of them. Just gonna move this out. I forgot something. I noticed I was kind of looking at this today and I noticed I was missing something. We're missing, okay. Of course, this is our top piece. We need something to actually latch it down to. So we're just going to make a quick latch. Hopefully it's not a big deal. Should be pretty easy. Hopefully we don't have any trouble. Just again, if you're making a real working computer, you're going to need something to explain what holds that down, right? Something to latch it to when you close it. So it should be easy again. We'll just control A, go ahead and make a cube. A little big, up to you. Just kidding. Obviously it needs to be smaller. Okay. Let's just bring it on over. You could be our guest. Alright. Obviously we need it to be much smaller. Something like this would probably do it. Go a little bit this way. Okay. Maybe a little bit this way. Pick an end, whatever end you're going to have the latch go into. Alright, I'm going to shift D this. So we're going to need this some more. This is going to have to be an arm that actually sticks in there. So let's shape it a little bit. Because we're going to have to bool this out of that piece and copy it. So something like that. Maybe go a little bit thinner, something like that. And then thinner yet this way. Well, maybe we'll leave it this thick. We'll move it to the base, put our hole that we'll latch into. And it probably makes sense if we... One side would be kind of hollow to slide it under. So let's do this first. Shift D. Okay. Move this piece just a little bit. See what we're doing a bit. And then we'd get this main one again. We're gonna let's go right into it. Go like this, I suppose. And then we're gonna shift D. Okay. Now we're gonna grab that piece and we're gonna go object bool difference. Okay. And then we're gonna grab this one and we're gonna move this down just a little bit. Okay. And then we're gonna go. Now, you probably don't have to be in this detail, but in case you are actually making a working latch, you're just going to need a little tiny lip there, basically. So just going to do that, and then go bool difference. Okay. Now we're in a bad mode to see it, but there it goes a little bit better. You can see there's a lip on the inside of that, so if you slid it in and let go, it would pop up there and be locked in, basically, okay? And if that's okay with you, if that's what you're looking for, that's perfect. Let's move forward. If not, adjust the way you need to do it, because you might want to do it a different way, but this is the way a lot of them work anyways. Just going to go like that, so it sits in there, right? Probably a little deeper. Something like this, okay? Make sure you're not too far. I think I'm good. Let's move it a little bit. I guess it's right in the latch spot, eh? Perfectly. Okay, make sure it's in the latch spot. So next we're just going to, how shall we do this? Should we use a pin on a pivot? That make the most sense for this? You think about what's good for you. Probably going to move these two down just a hair like that, so it's not far, so it makes more sense to use something like that. Just thinking if a pin's the best. It's so thin, right? Probably make this top piece a little thicker and then just move it out. Like that. And then let's move it out a little bit. Okay. Like, which is fine, because okay, it goes over those other screws. That's fine. We just need it thick enough. We can at least attempt to add a pin to it, okay? And obviously we're going to have to make this pin pretty small. So let's go ahead and make a cylinder. Probably a little big. Make it smaller. Okay guys, You can do this, don't worry. It's a little stressful trying to move these things around to make them the perfect size and everything, but just take your time. Might even have to do things a few times. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. And if you're making a game, it's going to be all the better in the end. Because you're going to be so rehearsed at making stuff, your stuff's going to be good. If you're making art, again, same thing. It'll just be better art. And I know art. Just kidding. Alright, let's move this a little more until it fits inside. Basically, it's got to be pretty small. Something like that. Okay. I got an itch. Okay, we're okay now. Something like that. We're going to go even smaller probably. Alright, I think we're around the right size. We seem to be inside on all sides. So we're going to have to do a few things here. Let's duplicate. Okay? If you want, you can put your pinhole in here. If you want it to come apart, so we just go bool difference. Okay? I don't think we lost anything there. Okay. Be careful when you're booling. So now there's a hole there. So you Shift D. You want a hole to be up here. Now we bool that one. Difference. Okay? Now you should have one pin there, and you should have a hole that goes all the way through to hold it together on both of them. Now that you've finished that, there's two things you can do. You don't have to attach this to your motherboard yet, but you can if you want to. We can change shaders again. But we can attach these together. So we're going to Control J. The control point's down here on the main piece. Okay? Still looks really good. Still good. So now we have our device to hold that down. So now again, when we slide this in, a little too far, makes more sense. Okay? Now, got to have a system to hold that down. So we're probably going to do that on the side. Maybe that's where we'll end up this video. I'm trying not to make them too long. I've been hearing that I make long videos, so I got some advice that make shorter videos. So I'm making it more parts, I guess. Trying to be as quick as I can. But then I don't practice this because I want you guys to learn with me. Because I'm sure you have wonderful imaginations too. You just need to tap into them. You need the power of the fish. Alright. Let's get this in a good spot. Let's make it look a little better once we get it in a good spot. So, what we're going to try to do is put a latch across, basically, from here to the other side. And I'm not sure the best way to go about this because I haven't thought it out, but let's just wing it and we'll do it our best and see what happens. Try to use our imaginations like we've been talking about. So we're going to Shift D that. Run it across the other side, try to get the same gap over there. Roughly, it doesn't have to be exact. The more exact, the better. Take your time. Pause the video if you need to. I'll give you an example quickly though. I'm going to move it a bit more in. Okay. Shift D. Wind this sucker out here. Maybe we'll do some coloring in the next video. It'll kind of help with our imaginations because we'll be able to see things a bit better, right? So what we're going to do is stretch it this away. Normally I'd say flip it, but I'm starting to think it's better to keep things just right on the right axis. So maybe we'll go a little farther than that. Okay? And do something like this. It's not exactly in the middle as you can see, so we'll try to get a little more in the middle. We might have to move the side pieces. Maybe try to get it exactly on a few of these. So. Then we're going to go, oops. I'm going to go into them a little farther. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to make that a little thinner, and then we're going to move it again. And it's going to be a lot of this, just adjusting things around. But just take your time. Make it look good. You're going to do fine, don't you worry. I'm going to try to get this in between those two there. And I'll show you the reason in a second why I'm trying to do that. I'm just trying to give it edges on either side of these. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I'll change back here. Maybe you can see it a little better there. But I should just have a slight edge on either side. Okay? The reason being, we're going to grab this, and then we're going to grab that little piece that we just made there. And we're going to object, bool, difference. Ooh, that went bad. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's just redo it. And use our solver instead. So hopefully we can find a solution here. If not, I'll have to disattach them. So we'll go to the second difference, and we'll go up to here, and there we go. There's our fix right there. Oh no, there's still a piece missing. So let's go back here and try this. No, it's not gonna fix it. You know what? We should have had a duplicate. I don't know. Oh, that's where I messed up. Okay, let's just go back. Just keep going back until we get our piece back. Sorry guys, I must have not duplicated, I guess. So, oh, let's keep going back. Still has a bool around it. Okay, that's a solid piece, I think. So, just make sure you duplicate it first with Shift D. I must not have done that, because one of them is supposed to disappear with it, and I guess I just got a little scared when it disappeared, but hey, okay, that should be fine. Sorry about that, everybody. Alright, grab both sides, drag them down a little bit, like so. Okay, now we're going to take this piece, we're going to run it in here, and we're going to stop right at the edge there. Then we're going to Shift D, copy that one. Then we're going to grab this, and we're going to bool from it. Difference, okay? And it leaves one there because we copied it, right? Shift D, copy it again. Made sure by moving around, then right clicking to cancel. And then we're going to bool. Difference. Okay. So now we have like an in slot for it to fit into, basically, right? Not only that, we have holes for it to go over our cooler and pin it down. Now we just need to lock it down, okay? And that's not a big deal, and that's easy enough to do. We'll put a plate over top of it with a couple screws, or we can put a latch over here that it latches onto on the side, or that side, maybe both sides. How should we do that? Okay, I got an idea. Let's do it real quick, and then I gotta go for my dinner, guys, but we'll end it there, but we'll go a little farther, and I'll just make the latch pieces for us. And hopefully you're enjoying these series. Make sure you thumbs up, make sure you subscribe while you're doing these things. And I'll keep making more of these. Hopefully it's helping you if you guys are making games. I really want to help new game makers get into it. I think a lot of games are lacking these days, and we need some new game makers to come up with new ideas or whatever, you know, something different anyways. So if you need to, you can move these pieces in a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Shouldn't affect anything as long as you just move them straight on that axis. The point is to give you more of an edge to grab onto. Okay? So we're going to go a little smaller on this guy. Something like that. Alright, and we'll probably make an extra one of these. Do a Shift D. Okay, and then we will just, yeah, let's do that. Just run it through maybe, like that, until it gets to the other side maybe. So there's a little hole that runs through it now, okay? So go ahead and bool that difference. We still got our other piece in the same spot. Perfect, okay? So now, we're going to slide this in. That's going to be the piece that locks us in, okay? And maybe you can make it for you can just kind of pinch them open a little bit, or when you grab them it lets it pop out. And that's what I'm going for, that type of thing where you would kind of like pop them on the sides and it pop right out. Alright, we've made our piece, right? Good work. We'll stop there for now, I guess. Hopefully, again, you guys are enjoying the series. You can check out my game if you want to show me some support. It's on Steam now. It's called Fishton, A Town to Remember. It's pretty cheap, pretty fun. We're about to add some huge updates, and we are looking forward to getting a community to tell us some more updates that they'd like to see. Still pretty small, but it's growing. But make sure you thumbs up, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. And we'll get some more into this computer. We'll get this motherboard a little more finished, hopefully. And hopefully you're enjoying it. Like I said, leave a comment. Peace.